Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Om Shanti Om. Let's all of us sit together in our own silence. Just keep quiet. Everything is in perfect harmony in this deep silence of what we are. It is a silence of a mountain standing erect, steady in itself, unwavering. Stay like a mountain. Stay like Arunachala. In all religions, in all sects, mountains are most sacred. There is a beauty in the mountain, teaching us perfect silence and steadiness. Wind comes and goes, sun comes, night comes, birds, animals, trees. Even there can be a fire. Mountain stays as it is. So it's not a surprise that so many yogis, spiritual seekers, went to stay in these mountains. And that's what Arunachala teaches us. The form of Shiva. Shiva himself sits on Kailasha, Mount Kailasha. Find the silence within you and stay in that silence like a mountain, unmoving, unwavering, steadfast. And with utmost humbleness, without any ego. Ego can never reach here. As a matter of fact, nothing can reach here. In this silence, no one can reach. You can only become. The person who is trying to reach here can never reach here. This person has to disappear, has to get absorbed. It is self-effulgent, which has its own light. And in this light, ego gets blind. Ego gets dissolved. So the person on the path of his spirituality who is looking for liberation or self-realization actually disappears. Because just think right now, what in us is striving to become something, to become free. What we are thinking to be free of is actually saying to become free. You need to try to understand just this simple concept that the person who is feeling that he is suffering, he is bound, he wants to be free, is actually the problem. So the person can never get realization. It's a big myth. And there are hundreds of books written on self-realization and liberation. Because the very principle in us, which is striving, which is trying to become godliness, the one who is trying to be in the awareness, who is putting all his efforts and energy and intention to be in awareness, is the problem. this person has achieved everything by struggle, by practice, has added lot of feathers to his or her cap, but you can't reach as a person here. You have to vanish. So we do practice through this ego and mind. We read books through the mind and the ego. We pray to the God. We pray to Bhagwan. We go to the pilgrimage. We do satsang. With what? The one which we have to get rid of. Everywhere we take the thief with us, the ego. Try to go to all these things, do all these things without ego. Is it possible to do anything without ego? We all are born on this earth with an ego. 100% everyone. But some of us, by doing some practice or by the grace of the God, get rid of the ego and know that we are just pure awareness, formless. We are not the body, we are not the mind. The person, the ego in us thinks it is this body-mind complex. And it starts on a path of action. And whatever body-mind gathers in this world, it feels pride of itself that it has accomplished something. And whatever the body-mind has gathered and loses, it suffers that it has lost something. This foolish ego as a person is living in a fool's world. It's completely moron. It doesn't know that this body-mind, even before taking birth, is playing on a written script. It's all divine planning. Things are happening exactly the way they have to go through. But that consciousness in us becomes so condensed, and that condensed form of consciousness we call ego or the person, who then suffers in both senses. When gains something, he fills himself with pride and the ego gets bigger. And when loses something, then ego gets hurt. Whether ego gets bigger or ego gets hurt, everything is filling up this false ego. Or I should not use the word false ego. Ego itself, the word ego itself is fake and false. And now this ego, after suffering or knowing that there are people who are beyond ego, wants to get rid of the ego, and then goes on a path of practice, reading scriptures and doing satsang and all, and then thinks that it's doing something. And that is the problem. It's again another trap. Because till it has this thinking that it is the doer, it can keep doing practice for years and years and years, for life after life. It can never be free. If you understand what I'm saying, you have to do the practice. I'm not saying we don't have to do the practice, but do the practice as a non-doer. Don't think that you are carrying the luggage on your head. Because this ego will make spiritual practice also as an act, as a doership. And it's again a trap, a bigger trap of a spirituality. To be out of this trap, we have a beautiful way. Keep repeating in your mind that you are not the doer of anything. Whatever is happening in the life, you are not responsible and you are not the doer. When you have firm conviction that you are not the doer, then what you will be doing? You will only be watching. You will only be witness. You will be just an observer all the time. And that is what I want you to do from now onwards. You are in satsang, you are not doing anything. You are just listening to these words from an open heart and just observing like a witness, a formless awareness. You are uninvolved, you are untainted. You are not a doer of any practice. Practice is happening as it has to, with the grace of the God. Things are unfolding in your life as the script was already being written. You just stay as awareness. Never ever a doer. The moment you think you are a doer, you are in trap. Irrespective whatever the action is, good or bad, even spiritual, even sadhana, you are not doing anything. The body might be doing, the body might be reading a scripture, listening to someone, attending a satsang, doing household chores, listening to music, spending time with friends or family, or sitting in contemplation. You just watch everything. You just stay as a pure witness, uninvolved, untainted. If you keep doing like that, in no time you will be free. Free of the ego. Ego is nothing but this feeling in us that we do something and we are capable of doing something and we are capable of achieving something. And also, in contrast, that we might lose something. We have done something wrong. We are guilty of something. In both ways, whether the action brings fruit or brings sorrow, you are in a trap. you are pure awareness. You can never be a doer. You are just watching the play, Leela of the God. A script given to this body mind before conception, and it will stay in this world on this earth and will do what it is assigned to do. Then who are you who take the doership role? It looks like some idiot comes in between and thinks that he is doing it or she is doing it, and then suffers. Who is that? Who is that who always use this I, which means idiot? I am doing. I like this. I don't like this. I don't like this person. I hate this lady. I love these kids because they are my kids. I like this movie. I dislike this movie. This food tastes so good. I love this food. Oh, I can't live without my coffee. I, all the time. I and I do and I like and I do. Who is this I who is full of personality? He loves to criticize everything, analyze everything, like things, dislike things, even use the harsh word like hate. I hate these things. And who is the one who have a pride about his country, his religion, his sect, his nationality, his race? Who is this I all the time? I means idiot. Even for 1 second, if you can stand back and watch, you will notice all our life we were in a big illusion. We were hypnotized by the culture, by society, by education, by surroundings. And you will realize at the same time that this was such a fake life until now. Last 30, 40, 50, 80 years, whatever your age is, from the age you know your life and not until now, standing on myths, completely fake. And the moment you know this, the moment you have 100% conviction of what I'm saying, the ego vanishes. And you are left with deep peace. And who is left? When I say you are left, actually you are gone. You have already disappeared. You as personality has disappeared. It gives so much of rest to whole system of your body. The mind becomes empty. The ego, which was holding everything, has disappeared because it could not stand the light of this awareness. This light is so shiny. It's so powerful that your life picture has disappeared. You can think it as if you're watching a movie in a theater and suddenly the roof opens up and there is bright sunlight. What will happen to the images on the screen? They will disappear. You can only watch these images in darkness of your ignorance. The moment you stay as a non-doer, pure awareness, formless, no sex, no religion, no nationality, no pride, no arrogance, no ignorance. You are free. Free of what? Free of the ghost who was living in this body until now. The ghost has gone away. The ego ghost. Ego identity ghost. The person, the personality. Then who is talking? You are only a silence. You can't talk. You are pure witness. You are the purest of pure. Everything in him which was impure in you was fake. It never existed. It was like a mirage. It was present until you believed in it. Now you don't believe. You are that non-doer, uninvolved, always in action, never in action, always the witness. Purest of pure, eternal. Silence, peace, unending joy, real bliss. In pure awareness, you know that everything is pure awareness. Everything. All human beings, plants, animals, birds, rocks, everything. Some of us, some of these things might still be dreaming, but they are all pure awareness. And now, how would you feel about these people? More compassion. Because you know they're bound in their own ignorance, but they are as free as you. And what will you do for them? Whatever they want. Because whatever they will ask you will be part of the dream. Something small. Something such a small thing that you will think, what are they doing with these small things? They're all useless. But if they ask you, you can give them. And for a surprise, they will never ask you what you have got. The real Kohinoor. Pure awareness. You are not doing anything. Don't come home after work and say, I have done work. Don't do household chores and say to others, I have done this, I have done that. You are creating trouble for your own self. All your accomplishments, your resume, your CV, your work for family, kids, society is making this big baggage of ego bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You will never be free. Remember, you are non-dual. Things may or may not happen through this body-mind. This body-mind is a puppet. Puppet in hands of God. You just stay as awareness. Don't get involved. Let the body do, and mind helps the body. You just watch. Never say that you have done something. It stands for everything, good or bad. It even stands for trivial things. And it also stands for the major decisions. You just watch. You don't belong to any community. You are never part of any group. You are so happy and contented in your own company. The blissful self. You are alone in this universe. You are the source of everything. So everything is you, and you are everything. Because all things are also no things in true form, and you are also formless. It is the same pure awareness. In all directions, pervading everything. You are intelligence yourself. Body and mind needs you. Without you, they will be dead. You don't need anything. You are pure intelligence, pure knowledge, source of everything, eternal, bliss. You just witness everything. The only thing you can give to the world is love. This love is not give and take. This is unconditional love. Even if you want to stop, you can't stop. If you want to hate someone, you can't. Because there is no actor left in you. That was fake, and now you know it has disappeared. You are nothing but an empty space. No karmas to you, no actions to you, no doership to you. You are this pure witness. You are that which all the books describe, all the religions describe, which all the sages and saints were in the past and present. There is not an iota of difference between you and these sages and saints. You are that. And you stay as that. Stay empty. You were never born. You were there before this body. You will be there after this body. Body stays or body goes. It doesn't matter to you. All the relations are from the body. And as you are not the body, none of the relations are your own relations. You are pure awareness. You don't have to stop the body, what it is doing. Even if you want to stop, how can you stop? You are not a doer. You can only witness. Stay like that all the time till you go to bed. Get up in morning and stay like that all throughout the day and then go to bed. You will get a dream at night, and even in dream, you just stay as a witness to the dream. And then the deep sleep comes and stay as a witness to the deep sleep. And then your eyes open, you start the day, and again stay as a witness. So the witness mode stays 24 hours. Don't worry about the dream and the deep sleep. Just practice to be the witness. Whenever a bhav comes, a feeling comes that you are the doer, slap yourself just to remind you are not the doer. You are just coming in between and taking the credit. Just a little slap. just to remind yourself and come back to this non-doer awareness. Trust me, it's not difficult. Such an easy method, and a method of joy. Because when you are not involved, then you never suffer. How can you suffer if you are not involved? Your suffering ends immediately when you become non-doer. Remember, the only obstacle is your doership. Don't bring this doership to anything, even in this spiritual practice. Things go wrong in a day. Mistakes happen. Whom to blame? Others or yourself? No one. You call it mistake because you had an intention, you had a desire that things should happen in a particular way. But the divine planning is that things should happen in a different way. And because you had no clue about it, you feel unhappy. That's okay. Just come to this realization, and from that reactive mode, come to the witness mode. This depends how aware you are in the moment, how attentive you are in that moment. Or if you're leading your life like a drunken person who has no clue where it is going, like an headless chicken. If you're aware, you're attentive, the moment you slip into the ego mode, you can come back easily out of it. You are pure awareness, uninvolved and non-doer. Action happens as they are destined. Don't put your desires, your intentions, your attachments to things. Everything is transitory, changing. The only unchanging thing is you. Pure awareness. Soon a deep peace will dawn on you. You will always be in this silence. This all can happen gradual or sudden. But one thing I can tell you, no one can stop it happening except you. You, if you think you are a doer. You as a doer can never reach here. You as a person can never reach here. You can only know this when the ego dissolves. This can only happen in the empty space, in the field of nothingness, when you become no thing. And if it becomes your own knowledge, experiential even for 1 second, no one can move you back into the ego state. So whole practice is to be in this egolessness for 1 second. What sort of game is this? One practices for so many years to touch that egolessness for a moment, and it just disappears. It's exactly like an Olympic runner who runs a 100-meter race, finishes in few seconds, but practices for that race for years and years and years, and long hours every day. It's exactly like that. The easiest way to give away your ego is to start where you have to end, as awareness, as a non-doer. Just be a pure witness to all the actions of the body. When the insult comes to the body, watch it. When the praise comes to the body, watch it. When things goes right, watch it. Things goes wrong, watch it. Don't get involved. That involvement is the ego. That involvement is the doership. Stay as uninvolved, pure awareness. Always in this deep peace. You are not looking forward to anything. To meeting people, to go to a party, even to go to a temple. Things happen or doesn't happen, who cares? You are this eternal awareness, blemishless, peaceful. And once you know your own awareness, you are 100% convinced that everything you see is also awareness. And sooner or later, everyone will know this truth. It's just a matter of time. The only reason people don't know it is they have never looked into it, they have never questioned. And some of them are enjoying this dream so much that they don't want to break this dream. And they want to keep coming into this dream, birth after birth after birth. So let it be that way for others. That's okay. You stay as pure awareness. And your language is silence. Your fragrance is this love. And remember, being in awareness as awareness is the grace of awareness. You as a person or ego has no role. Thank this awareness. Have gratitude for this awareness. Love this awareness. And become this awareness. Shanti.